Hi, I'm Matt Walkins. I'm with Future Sales. I'm here with Jared from Team Montana and TRRV, and we're looking at a Super Solar Flex from Montana. So the heart of your system is 510 usable amp hours of Dragonfly Energy. You might know them as Battleborn batteries. A 3000 watt Magnum hybrid inverter. There is a Victron BMV 712 battery monitor, two 30 amp solar controllers, and a Precision Circuits energy management system. And that's all contained, depending on where your rig's at. It could be in the front or in the back, but it's in this nice little contained box. The unit will have a master disconnect. That's usually behind a panel here. And this is your master on off, so if you're putting the unit in storage, just turn this off. If you ever come back to it or you get your rig at the dealership and it doesn't want to turn on, make sure this is turned on. So inside the unit, you've got all your monitors. So this Jaboni Power Products is your solar controller. You've got your Victron Energy battery monitor here. You've got a master disconnect for all your 12 volt. You've got a switch to arm your internal heat on your batteries. This is your Precision Circuits power control system that monitors all your AC loads. It tells you what's on, your voltage. It controls all the AC side of the system. And then this is your Magnum MERC remote that controls your 3012 hybrid inverter. And on this you can tell right now that we're charging, but you've got charger on and off, inverter on and off, and then this will give you status of basically what kind of shore power you're hooked to that you can adjust and set for your system, and kind of an overall control of the inverter. So right now we're plugged in, so we're actually charging the batteries. If you look at your Victron monitor, it says our batteries are at 100%. Our lifetime is infinite because we're plugged in, and then it'll give you the battery voltage right down to the 10th, and then how many hours remaining and how many watts that you're using or putting in. So solar controller here, if you look at the solar controller, the top line, turn her on, the top line is the panel voltage. Sorry, should have done that. The bottom line is the battery voltage, how many amps are going in, and this is the wattage up here. So basically what you're seeing is right now we're not, first of all, it's a rainy day in northern Indiana, and second, it's our batteries are full, so we don't need any solar power.
Nice. So stepping into the coach, if you just pulled up to a campsite and you wanted to open things up, what is the next step if that is all off?
So if all of this is off, the first thing I tell people to do is check your battery disconnect.
Okay.
Hit that so that it's in the use mode. If nothing comes on, that means then I would look here and check and see what my battery voltage is.
Okay.
If your battery voltage here is, let's say it's 13.2 or 12.9 or something like that, then chances are that master disconnect is off underneath.
Gotcha.
If this stuff's on, if power's on, these things should be lit up. If this inverter doesn't come on, for sure, if this, let's say this said dead battery boot here or 0.0 volts,
okay,
then the inverter's been disconnected from the batteries, and that's your master disconnect underneath.
Nice.
Yep. As far as air functions, if you come back in, this system has about 4 self-protect features. So if I come in and this says I'm at 11 volts, then there's another system that shut off, and I can't turn any of the power on until that's charged back up. If I come in and this doesn't have any power, obviously it's the disconnect. If this light is blinking like this, then your charger's not running. So hit your charger button and make that go away, and it should start to charge. These systems here will tell you AC volts we're plugged in right now, so you can see I have 120 volts on leg 1, 121 on leg 2. If those don't have any voltage there, then you're not getting anything in from shore power.
So what's the legs refer to?
So the legs refer to the sides of the breaker.
Okay.
So if you see down here in your breaker box, this is a 50 amp breaker box. So this would be leg 1, leg 2, leg 1, leg 2, leg 1, leg 2, and so on. So those breakers, so if I shut all those off on one side, then this is going to recognize that somebody turned the power off up here. And you're going to say, oh, well, then you'll see the voltage change. And I could probably fake that and make that happen if I pick the right one.
Any, mini, miny, mo.
Yep. I can get all of them.
Brown out.
Yep.
No
so,
service.
No service. So right now that tells you that there's no power coming in because I've shut all the breakers off.
Sure.
So
let there be life.
Everything's back on, and you'll see I'm set to 30 amp service because that's what we're plugged into. The one thing that the customer can control, so if you're plugged in at your house and you only have a 15 amp outlet, it's going to recognize, it's going to say 30 amp service, hit the center button and change it to 15 amps, and this will keep you from blowing the breaker in the house.
Nice.
So the other thing you can do is if you have a 15 amp, you're on 15 amp power, or say you have a 2,000 watt Honda generator and you need to run an air conditioner or multiple air conditioners, you can with this unit because the hybrid inverter will power them. So what you do is you set your shore power down to whatever your limit is, so it's 15 amps. So right now it's limited to 15 amps. If I start both air conditioners and I pull 17 amps, only 15 will come through the shore plug. The other 2 amps are going to come off of the battery.
Come from the batteries.
Yep. So we can keep other things running. This coach is designed to act like it's on essentially 50 amp service when it's plugged into 30, and on 30 amp service when it's not plugged into anything.
Nice.
So
smart system.
Yep.
Very smart. Thank you, Matt and Josh from Future Sales in Elkhart. I appreciate you coming out and running through this with us. So to put it into layman's terms, exactly what this system will do, long story short, it's designed so that you can go completely off grid and have all of this in full control, whether you're hooked to power or not. And with the ability of everything that Matt and Josh have engineered over at Future Sales, allow everybody that buys a Super Solar Kit to have this feature. So it's it's way up here in the industry. Everybody else is kind of a standard run-of-the-mill just to keep your batteries going. So it's very neat to see that they've come up with this. It's been a pleasure to work with them and get an understanding of that. So again, it's designed to just go off grid so that you can just live it out. That's Keystone's motto this year, is to just live it out, and that's exactly what they're doing with this solar ability, leading the industry. Absolutely. So your air conditioner, it's designed to run up to 10-12 hours overnight without any charge. So if you're somewhere warm and you want to run that air conditioner overnight, you don't have to worry about that going dead on you. And then when the next day comes and the sun rises up and it starts charging those batteries again, you can maintain a good time camping and be completely off grid. You could be in the middle of the desert. You can be all the way up in the Dakotas or somewhere and just completely do what you want. It's very neat. So again, long story short, it's designed to just go completely off grid and have a normal run-of-the-mill service, kind of like what a generator would do, just based off of solar. So thank you guys for watching, and any questions or comments, post them down below or give me a call and see what we can do for you. Thanks for watching.